Hey guys, it's Bear. It's Friday, January 2nd, 2015, and tonight is my 2-month on T anniversary. 8 weeks ago tonight, I went over and I started testosterone. I can't believe it's been 2 months already. Time's really flown by, and it's been really awesome. Changes have started right on schedule or ahead of schedule, and it's really exciting. That's pretty much it though, as far as any sort of transition update. As far as my physical transition, nothing has really developed or changed since last week. I haven't shaved my face. My facial hair is coming in really blonde. You know, a lot of stuff on my chin, a lot of stuff kind of on the side here, and then sparse stuff in between that's actual hair and not just peach fuzz. And I haven't wanted to shave because it's exciting, and I haven't needed to shave because it's invisible. You have to be really close to see it, and it's, you know, I'm not going to force it. You know, I'll shave it when I want to or when I need to. And that's it, you know, as far as my physical transition. So I wanted to talk about a different aspect of transitioning, and that's the supportive role that people play. Like I've said in the past, my support system is really strong. For the most part, people in my life have been awesome. You will occasionally, though, get the person that says, I support you, and I will start using your preferred name and pronouns when it's official. And I wanted to talk about that line right there, when it's official. Okay, when it's official for who, first of all? Me, not you, or any kind of legal system. And then what it means to be trans. Okay, there's a lot of ways that a person can live as a transgender person. Being transgender is an identity. It means that you identify differently than the gender you were assigned at birth based on your anatomy, which is called your sex. Your gender is an identity. That's all it means, okay? And there's a lot of different ways to be transgender. Some people pursue what I'm doing, hormone therapy, operations to change their physical appearance to match how they identify and help them identify that way to the public. Name change, gender marker change, and nothing. Some people don't do any of that, and they do their best to live as the gender they identify with. All of these people are officially who they pronounce themselves to be. For instance, I was assigned female at birth, and I profess myself to be male. That's when it's official. Telling somebody that they aren't official until the court says so, or until you say so, or until they look a certain way, it just completely invalidates their identity. Take a second to think about having your identity invalidated. It's not a good feeling, you know. And you know, like I said, I got angry about it, you know, a little bit. You know, when it's been said to me, I kind of let it go, walk away from it, but it gets to me. And I've thought about it a lot, and I think it comes from a place of ignorance and not malice. It's not something that most people are saying, to me at least, with the intent to hurt my feelings or be mean. It's coming from a place where they have not been educated. Ignorance means a lack of education. It doesn't mean stupidity, so don't be offended if, you know, whatever. Some people have never had to address a transgender person, and so they don't know how. And for them to say this, it doesn't mean anything hurtful intentionally, it just means that they don't know what that's doing to you, so it's not something to really be angry about, except for, when somebody's just a jerk, and those people are out there too. But I don't think the majority of people in our lives saying, I support you, but I don't think they're meaning to be jerks, In the meantime, though, like I said, it invalidates your identity, first of all. Second of all, that means you're going to continue to call someone a name they don't identify with and pronouns they don't identify with. And that also is a really weird thing to have happen to you, Again, go, think about your own identity, and think about if somebody just completely invalidated that by calling you completely the wrong thing. It messes with you. So, and in my case, I've been gifted with one of the most feminine birth names that I can think of. And so hearing that name when I've come out as identifying as male, it's like nails on a chalkboard, it's not quite a slap in the face, but man, it messes with you, and so it's not just a matter of like, oh, this person doesn't want to call me, what I like, no big deal. It's like, man, this person's grating on me, so it puts you in a weird place. And, like I said, there's a lot of ways to be trans. For me, once I accepted that I am transgender, meaning that, I identify as male, I thought about it. It's nothing new. It go back to my childhood, my teenage years. I have always identified as male. I just didn't know what to call it, And so, once I accepted it within myself, that's when it became official for me. So, saying to me that you're not going to use my preferred name and pronouns, it just goes against, I don't know, that's when it's official to me. I've always been male. So you saying that you're not going to call me male until, I get my identity and my name changed, it's using your, view of official and putting it on me. And that's just not how it works, So yeah, I'm working on a way to tell the public that, and I guess I'm starting here. Personally, like I said, I've always been male. I'm thinking about doing a renaming ceremony or a ritual. May or may not be when I legally change my name. I've been thinking about doing it on my birthday instead. Because legally changing your name in my state costs a good chunk of money. And personally, I'd rather have surgery sooner than later than worry about things that a name that's only on my official documents, what I go by to the world and what's on my official documents, two really big deal different things. The world is calling me a certain thing. The world is viewing me as a certain thing, and that's what I want. Getting it changed legally for documents, yes, I want it, but it's not my priority. Like I said, it's really expensive in my state, and I would prefer to put money aside for surgery first. And that's just how it is. So, in the meantime, I'm changing already. I'm going to start presenting as male more and more, So for someone to say, I'm going to continue to call you she and your birth name and so forth, okay, it's only going to lead to more confusion. And then when I do officially get it changed, or when I look too male for you to continue to call me female, then it's just going to be weird. Then you're going to go through the adjustment period that everybody else is already done with. So, it's something that people need to wrap their brains around a little bit, To sum it all up, people say a lot. They ask me a lot. How can I support you? Let me know how I can support you. Plain and simple, general rule. Rule number 1, the only rule. Supporting a trans person means respecting their wishes. If that person wishes to remain stealth or remain in the closet and have you call them what they don't identify with, right? Because they're in the closet, that's respecting their wishes, and that's support. Supporting me is by calling me bear and calling me he and sir and so forth. That is it as far as being supportive to a trans person. And like I've said in the past, most of the people in my life have been that, and they've done that, and you guys have been awesome. A couple people, they just don't know, and it's a matter of kind of catching them up and educating them. Haters, you gotta walk away from. And that's all there is to it, I've had a couple people walk away and say, I don't support you doing this, and, that's it. It's done. You're not going to change that person's mind. You're not going to educate them, and that's it. And that's it. That's my thoughts on transitioning, for this week, 2 months. And thanks for listening, you guys. I apologize because I'm really tired, so I may not have been as clear as I wanted to be, but I think the idea comes across. Thanks again for listening, and I hope you had a happy new year. See you next week.